and welcome back to my channel again. So for today's video we are having part 2 of the cringy teenage diary reading. I know quite a few of you have been looking forward to this because it was particularly horrific in part 1. If you haven't watched that video, I would definitely recommend going to watch that first. I will link it below. Because I mean a lot went on. It was a very complex storyline and I would hate for you to miss out. So quick reminder of where we were up to. Obviously I was in love with Steve. Andrew was clinging on as he best could in my top 5, and that was about it really. I was just a very conflicted teenager. So I'm just going to pick straight up, carry straight on and go for it. So we're up to Thursday, March the 25th, 2004. Damn options evening. I can't be bloody bothered. I look a right mess. On the bright side, I had to walk home from school on my own today and Henry was there. He stopped and he said, "My friends have put something on my back. Can you get it off for me?" I was there thinking, hell yeah, he is so hot. Yum yum. Ugh. We have a training day tomorrow, so me and Florence are going to Hayley's at 1 PM and then at 5 we're going to go and sleep at Florence's. Yay! Top 5. Very important first top 5 of this video. Number 1, Henry. Number 2, Steve. Number 3, Simon. Number 4, Andrew. And number 5, we've got a new entry from someone I'm going to call Arthur. And then next to all of them, I've just put a big yum in capitals. Yum. Right. Friday, March the 26th, 2004. 12:56 PM. How precise. I'm bored. We're going to the cinema tomorrow to meet up with the others. Who the others are, I have no idea. Before, I didn't fancy Henry. I just thought he was really fit. But now, I actually fancy him. He's so goddamn hot. Yum yum. I think him or Steve should fancy me back. They are both sexy, in capital letters, obviously. Steve is smaller than me, with longish dark ginger hair, green eyes and the cutest smile ever. Henry is a bit smaller than me, with long, thick dark brown hair and his face is just gorgeous. Top 5. Henry, and then in brackets I've put do fancy, and with a little extra note saying the yummiest. Number 2, Steve, do fancy. Number 3, Arthur, don't fancy, but he's creeping up, he's climbing the ladder. Number 4, Simon, don't fancy. Number 5, Cotter, obviously that is Andrew. Don't fancy. Poor guy. At least he's in there though. Saturday, March the 27th, 2004. Hola! I love to practice my Spanish. Today has been pretty good. Me, Hayley and Florence met up with Sarah and went to the cinema with Arthur. We saw Scooby-Doo 2. It was shit, in capital letters. Don't hold back. Arthur was being really sweet. I was like, oh my god, how cute. How patronising. Later, when I was back home, I had to go to the supermarket and there was this really fit guy there. He came up to me and said hi. It was so sweet. I was literally like a dog on heat. Top 5. Number 1, Henry. Number 2, Arthur. He's creeping on up there. Number 3, Steve. Number 4, fit supermarket dude. Number 5, Cotter. I'll block most of this out, but you can see down there my Scooby-Doo ticket. We went to Screen 9 and it cost £4.20. Those were the days. It's like 15 quid to go to the cinema now. It's a right rip-off. Right. Sunday, March the 28th, 2004. Nobody ever fancies me. On the bright side, I get to see Henry and Steve tomorrow. I don't really fancy Steve much anymore though. I just think he's really sweet. I love to use the word sweet. I would never describe anyone as sweet now. I'm a bit worried because I think I ever so slightly might fancy Arthur, and that's really bad because he's one of my best friends. According to Florence, he keeps touching my hand. At first I thought it was just her imagination, but I have started to notice it too. Top 5. 1, Henry. 2, Arthur. 3, Steve. 4, Andrew, Cotter. 5, Dave. And then I've got a little note saying, well, I know why I like Steve and Henry, but I'm confused about Arthur. I don't fancy Cotter, but he is cute, and Dave is just weird. See ya. Well, Tuesday, March the 30th, 2004. Today has been the weirdest and shittest day ever. Florence told me something that's really confused me. She was talking to Arthur last night, and she was like, "So do you still fancy Melanie?" And he replied, "A tiny bit, yeah." Then she said, "So does that mean you like someone else more?" And Arthur said, "Maybe." Then Florence decided she was going to guess, and he said she never would. He was wrong. Da, da, da. Her first guess was me, and she was right. He said, "Is it really that obvious?" And then Florence said, "Yes, but not to her, so don't worry." Later on, she rang him and asked him how long he's liked me for, and he said, "I dunno." Then she said, "I won't tell anyone, I promise." And he said, "About 3 years." And Florence was like, "But you haven't even known her that long." And he said, "I've liked her forever." Oh. And Florence just stood there going, "Oh, that is so sweet." Also, me and Florence have fallen out. It's quite annoying, really. Online earlier, she was going on about how no one likes her and how I only pretend to care about her. I told her that it's not true and that she knows she's my best friend in the whole world ever. Then she kept having a go at me, told me to shut up and blocked me. I'd like to bear in mind she's still one of my absolute best friends now, so this is all extremely dramatic. Then she kept having a go at me, told me to shut up and blocked me. She rang me later and I said I'd ring her back in 10 minutes because I couldn't hear her properly. I rang her back and she wasn't talking, and I was like, "Are you going to tell me what's wrong then?" And she was like, "Nothing." Obviously there was. She was lying. She was being completely silent, so I said, "Are you going to talk to me or should I go?" And she carried on ignoring me, so after 10 minutes of begging her to speak to me, I just hung up on her because I couldn't see the point in begging when I've not done anything wrong. God, teenage friendships, they were very tempestuous, weren't they? It was all going on. Top 5. Number 1, Steve, and then in brackets, yes, he is back. 2, Henry. 3, Arthur. 4, Dave. 5, Simon. Bye, Andrew. Looks like he's flown the nest at this point. Wednesday, March the 31st, 2004. OMG. Arthur is so sweet. Florence was talking to him online, clearly we'd made friends by this point, and was asking him all these questions about me. At first, she asked him how much he liked me, and he said quite a lot. And Florence asked how much quite a lot is, and he said 8 out of 10. And then Arthur said he'd been learning to play Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, on the guitar, just for me, and then Florence played me the song down the phone, and I started to cry. It's all about trusting and loving someone so much that you would do anything for them. It's the sweetest thing anyone has ever said about me. What's really hard is that I can't tell him I know, but if he plays me that song, I'd cry loads. Wow, that is emotional. We've got a little top 5 squeezed in here. 1, Henry. 2, Arthur. 3, Steve. 4, Cotter. Thank God, he's back, people. And 5, Dave. And then at the bottom, GTG, bye. Oh, Arthur. So sweet. Thursday, April the 1st, 2004. Today has been quite good. I'm like 96% back on Steve. He was so sweet. At lunchtime, he was being so sweet. Oh my God, this word. He had his Discman again and he was listening to Tenacious D. We both really like them, so he was letting me listen to it again. Every time someone asked if they could listen, he either said no because Becca is listening, or he would give them his own earpiece. It was so cute. He's great. He's back at number 1 for sure. Top 5. 1, Steve. 2, Henry. 3, Arthur. 4, Cotter. 5, Simon. Sunday, April the 4th, 2004. Hello! With about 50 O's. Friday was brilliant. Steve was being so nice to me. I can't remember why, but for some reason I'd fallen out with him. He looked depressed, so Hayley went and asked him what was wrong, and he replied, "Becca doesn't love me anymore." Hayley said, "She's just being stupid. Go and talk to her and she'll come round." So then apparently Steve bounded up to me and started chatting to me with a big grin on his face. Then we were walking to our next lessons. I had maths and he had French, and he said to me, what did he say? I won't see you for a whole 2 weeks. And I said, I'll get your number off Florence. And then he said, okay, don't forget it's... And then shouted it down the corridor at me. It was so sweet. God, this is quite exciting. This is good progress. I have a really big problem though. Arthur has asked Melanie if she would do his paper round with him. And Melanie rang me up asking me what I thought she should do. For some reason I was really jealous and now I'm worried because I think I might fancy him. It's really sad, I know. That is so sad. Top 5. 1. Steve. 2. Arthur. 3. Henry. 4. Simon. 5. Cotter. And then, this is quite exciting and I wish I could show you it, but I've got a little ripped out piece of my planner which has Steve's number written on it and little red love heart stickers. I wish I could show you that, but I mean that could still be his number, who knows. And then I've got this little note saying Steve's number in his own writing, he. That is exciting. Also, Steve got MSN on Friday and he added me. About bloody time, Steve. Oh, this is exciting. It's got to be love. It must be love. I don't know how I ended up with Andrew when Steve and me were clearly meant to be. Later on that day, 8:01 p.m, I'm in a good mood. Florence did some investigating for me about the whole Arthur-Melanie paper round thing. It turns out the only reason he asked her was that his mum insisted he had to find someone to do it with, and Melanie is the only person that lives near him. He. Arthur still likes me, which is good in my book. I think I do fancy Arthur, probably more than Steve. Oh my god, I literally make my mind up. How indecisive. Florence asked him if he's going to try anything on Melanie and he said, no, I couldn't do that to Becca because I like her too much. Top 5. 1. Arthur. 2. Steve. 3. Henry. 4. Simon. 5. Cotter. And then there's a note saying OMG with about 50 exclamation marks. It's not Steve or Henry. And loads of love hearts. Oh, this writing's a bit unclear. Monday, April the 5th, 2004, 9:40 p.m. Hayley's was fun. We ate bread. To be fair, that is my idea of fun, sitting in someone's house and eating bread, so clearly nothing's changed there. I'm going to town tomorrow with Florence and Arthur, and I have to go clothes shopping, which will be embarrassing with Arthur there. I have nothing to wear because none of my clothes fit, so I'm having to wear these really tight jeans that will make me look like a fat scally. Did anyone else used to bandy the word scally round as like an insult when you were in school, or was it just like a Leeds thing? I don't know, please tell me. Did you used to call people scallies? Apparently I'm wearing these really tight jeans that are going to make me look like a fat scally. I text Arthur saying I'm going to look shit in my jeans, and he texts me saying, no, you can't. You always look good, so why would tight jeans be any different? I was such a little floozy, fishing for compliments. That's a really sweet thing to say, but I have no ass or no boobs. It's so annoying. I was really skinny when I was younger, like I was probably like a size 10 max. That's probably not really skinny by some people's standards, but for me, that's about as small as I ever got, and I still thought I was a fat scally apparently. Thursday, April the 8th, 2004. Hi! Abby, Hayley and Florence are sleeping over tonight. Yay! I got a text from Arthur earlier and he obviously fancies Melanie, so I couldn't even be bothered to reply. I mean, he tells Florence he likes me, but then he doesn't act like he fancies me. It's pissing me right off. He's messing with my emotions and it's not fair. I wish he'd make his bloody mind up. I wish I'd make my bloody mind up. My God, I was far worse than Arthur. Sunday, April the 11th, 2004. Brackets. It's Easter. Hello! 10 O's again for dramatic effect. I am listening to the Distillers again. They were literally my favourite band ever. They are so good. They rock like hell. Oh, how embarrassing. My favourite song at the moment is I Am a Revenant. Me and Florence were having a discussion about how Brodie Armstrong is so lucky because she's really pretty, she can sing and she can play the guitar. Sam, my annoying 6-year-old devil cousin, should be arriving soon. Yay. Poor Sam. Later on that day, 6:50 p.m, I feel really strange. The Royal Armouries was so boring. My cousin was acting like a total prat and he thinks he's so amazing. Poor guy, he was like 5 or 6. He just pisses me off. There was this one quite fit guy there and he was wearing a Darkness t-shirt. So was I. Literally dog on heat. I could find someone anywhere. I caught him looking at me a few times. One of the guys doing the jousting was quite sexy too. He had long dark hair and eyeliner. Yum. I haven't talked to Arthur for a while. I really don't know how I feel about him. It's really confusing. I haven't spoken to Steve in the holidays, so I don't fancy him at the moment. Clearly those feelings ran deep. I haven't seen Henry either, but I'm sure he's as fit as ever. I really want to fancy someone actually worth liking. Tuesday, 13th of April 2004. Hola! The sun is shining, the music's blasting. It can't get much better than this. Arthur rang me last night and he was being really nice. He's gone to Nottingham for a day or two and he says he will bring me back a Nottingham pen. How exciting! Don't think I ever did get that Nottingham pen, but whatever. We were texting each other this morning too and he asked me if I want to go to the cinema on Saturday. I'm slightly worried he might try something. I don't think he would though, he's not like that, so I'll probably go if I can find the money. Great. Wednesday, April the 14th, 2004. Bloody hell, I'm confused. Arthur's told Florence that he's going to tell me soon. He also said he's just going to tell me when it feels right. It isn't going to be planned, so I won't have any warning. I have no idea what I'm going to say to him. I do sort of fancy him, but he's such a good friend to me that I also don't want to ruin it. I was clearly just such a flirt, leading these poor boys on and then knocking them down. Plus, I don't really want a boyfriend at the minute. That's not what it's been sounding like. I will probably just say I do fancy him, but I really value him as a great friend and wouldn't want to spoil that. This is so confusing. I'm going to go now because I'm getting depressed. Good night. Oh, must be back pretty soon after that because later on that day, 10:41 p.m. This is all in capital letters, so I must be meaning business here. I really want to cry because I haven't for ages, but I just can't. I feel so depressed. Why can't I cry? A couple of months ago, all I did was cry, but now I'm all dried up. Oh my god. I'm so confused about Arthur. I've no idea what I'm going to say to him. I do fancy him, but I don't want to go out with him either. He's one of my best friends. I could tell him anything and I know he wouldn't tell anyone. I trust him. There's not many people I trust 100% outside of my family. There are only 3 people, Florence, Hayley and Arthur. When you are so close to a boy as a teenager, you can't help but now and then feel a bit closer to them than more than just friends. It's only natural. It's all the hormones and stuff that make it hard not to. That is deep. That is some good advice right there. Dave is another guy that's really pissing me off. He dumped me, flirted with my cousin 5 minutes later, and now all of a sudden he fancies me again. What a bastard. You said it, sister. Me and Florence went to town today, and for one we didn't bump into any bitchy girls from school. I had to get Abby's birthday present today, and I got Abby the Kurt Cobain journals. Lucky girl. And I can't help thinking that one day people might be going into a bookshop and buying the Rebecca Sava journals. This journal is extremely sad though. Yes, it is. Maybe one day someone might buy it though. Sava is my maiden name, I should point out. Later on that day, 8:03 p.m. and I've got some little tears drawn, artfully dropping down from the date. Today has been so boring, and yet again I find myself wanting to cry and not being able to. I'm listening to depressing music, but I really can't. I really just need to cry it all out. This song is so sad. It's The Path by him. I love this song, and the guy is so hot. He has such a beautiful voice. It's amazing. I want to get some of the other albums. It's back to school on Monday, which I'm not looking forward to. It does mean I get to see Steve and Henry again though. I doubt Arthur will tell me at school, so that's okay. I really have no idea what I'm going to say. It's so scary. I've nearly finished this whole journal. I can't believe it. Bye. Later on that day, 10:23 p.m. That has to be like the 4th entry for that day. I've spoken to Florence on the jelly phone. What on earth is the jelly phone? and she has been talking to Arthur. He has told her that he's going to ask me out and tell me how he feels face to face. They were also talking about when Dave dumped me, and Arthur is one of Dave's best friends. Usually Arthur is very protective of his friends, but apparently he was properly bitching about Dave, saying that he was a bastard for dumping me. He was, to be fair. And he was going on about how he would never treat me like that. He's really very sweet. Saturday, April the 17th, 2004. This is the last page in this diary. I hate my life. My mum is seriously pissing me off. The phone bill came through this morning and it was over double its usual amount, and apparently it was all my fault. Bearing in mind my mum never used the phone and I would be on it all night, every night. But obviously it's not my fault. Then my dad started to side with her and they were both ganging up on me. I can't stop crying. Thank God those tears finally were allowed to fall. Everything has just crept up on me, and the whole Arthur situation and all that. I don't know what to do. Also, I got angry and threw my mobile on the floor. It's smashed, but it seems to still be working. Not that I care about that when I've got all of this going on. And that is the end of diary number 1. Hi guys, so yes, my camera died there, as you can probably tell, so I'm just going to finish it off on my vlog camera. So yeah, diary 1 is complete. Let me know if you want to see diary number 2 and I will be happy to film a part 3. Spoiler alert, I can tell you that this is the diary that I think me and Andrew get together. So if you want me to humiliate us both on camera, let me know and I will be happy to film that for you all. I hope you're all having a great weekend and I will see you all in my next video.